the world.
You are the Sid Justice of this whole thing. Hey guys, wow, welcome. We're starting this for the first time.
I'm Sid Justice.
Hey, we didn't drink any of this.
Exactly,
beer.
see?
It's fine.
Gross. I only drank like a sip. It's
I
fine.
had so much.
Well, stop chugging it and enjoy it.
Still delicious, by the way. It's a great beer.
Guys, so
originally we were going to watch Captain America, Brave New World, because it had got those bad reviews. But
they're mostly mediocre.
They were bad. It was
but
like
5 out of 10 is a shitty review.
It's a shitty review, dude.
It's worse than like a 3.
Yeah.
Because like a 3 is like,
exactly.
that's horrible.
A 3 is like incredible bad almost.
Yeah, and then like I gotta watch that. But.
That 5 out of 10 we're like, okay, we gotta see this. And we ended up liking it, so we're doing a found footage. We haven't done a found footage in years, I want to say.
I can't, like I said, I can't even remember the last time we did a
Yeah.
I mean, it's on the internet, so someone will look it up.
Dave Buckley, that's your job, okay? Or Jen. Jen, you can look it up too. Jen might look it up.
Is she a new super fan?
She might be.
Oh, let's go. We need one.
She's gonna watch this, guaranteed. And she will comment.
You better, now that he said that. You have to.
So, Captain America, Brave New World. This was kind of based. This was based off of a comic story, right? Because it starts with Thaddeus Ross, aka Thunderbolt, as the president,
aka the Thunderbolts. Get it? Because they're okay.
Is that why the Thunderbolts can't use that name? Because Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, and they keep putting an asterisk by it in the commercials.
I think what's gonna happen is like he's gonna be they're gonna be his contingency plan, but now he's a hated motherfucker, so they're gonna be like, yeah, we're the Thunderbolts. We can't do that though. Asterisks. We're not. That's not this podcast though.
Yeah. So this is based off a comic story, right?
Yes. I mean, so there was of course there's a run, and technically he had a lot of comics. He was in some Avengers comics. He was in parts of the Dark Avengers too. You know, when that was there was the Axis comics where all the good guys were bad guys, and he got changed into like a bad guy for a little bit. Where he's like, I'm a bad guy with his shield, and just a guy though. But this is based on his original run, which it's kind of like a continuation, I guess, of the show. The very mid show, which also doesn't have a lot of the stuff from.
Do you mean Captain America and the Winter Soldier?
Yeah. The unfortunately mid show that had a very muddled message, but this movie was not that, and definitely had a clearer path, and I think unfortunately got away from some. Unfortunately, I think, but also they had a different view of it. It got away from. It had these really cool racial tones and like immigration tones, and like Sam Wilson was really fighting for like the little guy as opposed to just like I'm America, like he's fighting for literally
where
Americans.
like if he was in this America, everyone would be Flag Smasher.
Yeah. Like he's the Flag Smasher, so the good guy.
Yeah.
Flag Smasher is the good.
And Flag Smasher says some good things.
Also, Flag Smasher in the show was that he wasn't that.
Yeah.
They were actually like the opposite of that.
Yeah.
But Flag Smasher in the comics is very
just
much
like
an
ambiguous
antagonistic asshole. I was like, I'm killing America because they're diverse, and
he's almost like the Peacemaker character, almost like
he's
Marvel.
Kind of like what they did with John Walker. But John Walker, they pulled him back a little bit to where he's like a patriot, but also reasonable. He's like one of the Republicans that's like a never Trumper but like will still like go okay Trump, but that was no side we're on. You know what side we're on that one. So this was more although it did start out in Mexico.
Oaxaca,
and had to do with the Servant Society, which is a big part of that that comic run. It's not really this. And also, the Servant Society in the fucking comics they're all like guys that dress like snakes.
They all dress like snakes.
It's fucking
they're like
weird.
Serpentor cosplay going on.
This is a much cooler version of the Servant Society where you just have the one guy Sidewinder as like a mercenary leader.
There's no California mountain snake.
You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry. I'm the garter snake. I do the taxes.
It's like some of the Deadly Viper Assassin Squad.
No Kobe Bryant. No Black Mamba. But yes, they're it's just one dude oozing fucking charisma as the bad guy and his gang of assholes.
Let me Giancarlo Esposito. You're one of your friends.
We've met. It's true. In real life,
it's true. You have been in the same area.
He wants to give me a piece of paper. Yeah.
So. What did the piece of paper say on it?
I know, it's someone's
Trash.
garbage.
Yeah.
It was like someone's receipt from their pocket.
Trash.
I was like, he's like, did you drop this? I'm like, I'm in an office, so no, but I'll take it.
Yes. Can you sign it?
Like, also, I just peed my
You
pants.
should have asked him to sign it.
He's like, I'm used to people peeing their pants. It's okay, bye. I'm like, okay.
So they go to Oaxaca to find it, something that America needs to get back.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, it's gotta be something important, I guess.
It's like some kind of artifact, maybe, or something.
And maybe like we know who the villain of this
and
actually
their
is.
special ops team pretty easily takes down everyone there. Like
it was a fun scene. Like they did some
right.
fun stuff with like his armor because he basically has armor from Wakanda that is like nearly invincible. Which
Although
it's not. It's not
is.
from stabs. Like he gets stabbed a lot in this, and you're just like, okay, well, what? It's not doesn't protect from stabbing. Okay,
it's probably like little places.
like oh, there's a little spot right here where the weave is.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no Wakandan vibranium there.
Yeah, it's not a vibrating weave.
But like he does, like he gets like slashed and doesn't really go through the armor. And you're like, okay.
He really needed a full Black Panther
suit.
suit. He didn't get that. You know, he didn't get the full Black Panther suit.
Oh, you know what? Although if you stab Kevlar, it would go through, but it wouldn't go through as much if you slash it.
Yeah, Kevlar has like a.
So I think maybe they're going like the like the
ablative.
It's
ablative.
The force on a tiny smaller area. Maybe.
And I think part of his suit was made of Kevlar. If I remember him, I think he said something.
Yeah, that was part. It was like vibranium Kevlar weave. Is his said. The suit looks great.
Yeah,
suit looks great. It's it's basically a better version of his Captain America Winter Soldier 1, which he, according to reports, did not like because the cowl thing they have on that.
it was really like it was all up in your neck.
Yeah. He's like I'll
I feel like
never
it would
back
chafe or something.
Yeah, so they basically did like a thing where it's like, oh, I have a helmet, but it goes away when I press a button,
which is very Marvel. That's fine, you know.
Yeah, and it was like we'll CG the helmet on later, but it's okay. Like
Yeah.
They had some great fights. I think the fight scenes were on par with some of the best ones.
Really like the fight scenes in this movie.
And any of it,
like they were really good. They had enough. Sometimes there's like they don't have enough,
and they're diverse enough too.
Like Eternals did not have enough fight scenes, and they were garbage.
Did you want more?
They're garbage. So but like it would have made it a little more exciting. I wanted
more Kingo fight scenes.
It would have made it more exciting if you know just doing his dance.
And Kingo could have shot some finger guns. He's like, I'm a finger gun guy, and then there's another guy that shoots better lasers out of his eyes and
then there's a wrist guy that also lasers, and then the
like, guy, okay.
What do you want? The same fucking power.
Let's not back in the Eternals.
Yeah.
But also,
we're bringing back the Eternals
because we have
Tiamat.
Yeah, basically the biggest plot point, literally
Celestial Island,
is the Celestial that was emerging at the end of the Eternals called Tiamat, who was basically the Celestials are like giant godlike dudes that emerge from planets like they're eggs. And they stopped
cool.
And they basically stillborn Tiamat, or actually Tiamat stillborn himself is how it goes.
I don't even remember anymore.
Yeah, it's so stupid. He stillborn himself because he didn't want to destroy the Earth. He was convinced not to, basically.
Thanks, Tiamat.
But because of that, he's like, it's his giant head, like part of his giant head and his hand and his little fingies. Yeah, both his hands. Like one's like this and one's like kind of like this.
Which is great for islands. You know, if you want to build something like a building on there.
Yeah. Like imagine like owning a little house on like his fingy or like on his hand. Like the palm of his hand. Like, a little foot. This is in the middle of the Indian Ocean. I could see like an NFL game, like in the stadium there.
It's halfway around the world for America, so of course America claims it.
And like, oh, we're all sharing it because we said so, America, which is actually the most realistic thing in this movie.
Yep.
I've
heard, and I don't know if this is true or not, that they had to do all these reshoots because the character Thaddeus Ross was too much like Donald Trump, and they wanted to think that it was about they were mocking him almost.
Except Donald Trump would have just watched it and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm very strong and turn into a hawk just like him. Look, I'm already orange, I'm going to turn red.
I can imagine turning like an orange Hulk, but it was like the bulk, you know, like he was like
gross, all kinds of hot-looking guy.
Yeah, it's like all gross and...
I digress, though. So they have a fun new character named Ruth Batsarat. I don't have who plays her. I should have brought this up on IMDb.
Oh, well, I can find it. Hold up.
But she is actually originally the character
Shira Haas, I believe.
Yeah, Shira Haas.
No,
Shira Haas is correct.
That's his.
Shira Haas is correct.
Josa, it's Josa Rockenware, I believe.
No, it's Shira Haas.
Oh no, yep. That's
I got
them both mixed up.
All right,
Shira Haas.
Believe me.
Okay.
A wink.
I've looked it up. I did quite the research.
I did a little bit of research for this one.
Just on her though.
Because she's gorgeous. And also very small, like maybe 4 foot.
She's like
2.
4 foot.
She's so small.
6 maybe.
Like standing next to anyone else, you're like, what? Okay, what is going on here? So originally she's a Israeli, like Mossad trained mutant, like a super powered agent of the Mossad who works with the X-Men and Professor X. But in this, she is actually very different. She's like a Black Widow trained, Red Room trained Black Widow.
Maybe that's their first connection, first little tendril into the X-Men world.
It is, but
we get more of this.
They changed it though, so she's not that. They basically make her like a trained soldier.
Okay. But yeah, she's Thaddeus Ross's like personal bodyguard. Anyway, what's this little lady gonna do? A lot.
Yeah, she gets some fun fighting stuff where she kicks some butts.
So yeah, they push away the Serpent Society pretty easily. Sidewinder runs away, and they get this thing, and it's like they gotta get the thing.
And everyone's like, don't get me!
They get the thing.
You have a little blood thing?
They got like a thing.
Oh yeah,
like a just jar.
Which is a little bit of red paint on. You're like, what could that be?
Yeah,
this red painted object.
This can't be good, whatever it is, or maybe it is good. I don't know. But after they do that, they're like, you guys are heroes for doing this. You and
you're gonna go to the White House.
Yeah, the White House. He's like, well, I'm only gonna go if I can bring my friend. Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah, and his friend is Isaiah Bradley. Played by what?
Carl Lumbly.
Carl Lumbly, the incomparable Carl Lumbly, of course.
Great in this movie.
Great in this movie.
Yeah.
Probably the best in this movie.
You shoot up scenery. Just with his faces.
Oh my god. It's just so many
faces. Yeah. And he's a super soldier. He was kind of like the original Captain America.
He's like who they tested the super soldier on, basically.
So he was like the first super soldier. And they didn't really get it right, and then they...
and what happened, though, was like, oh, you're a strong black guy. We got to put you in jail. Because this is, of course, before World War II. And, like, not that anyone's different now, but back then... it was.
Luckily, everything's changed.
Yeah, you could do that back then, and it was fine. They didn't, like, just put you in jail because your name was James Bond or something like
that. So he invites them to go to a summit of world leaders at the White House, which is what you do with people. So he goes and he gets Bradley's like, where we're going? Get your suit out. We're going. And he
doesn't want to go at first. He's like, because the government's want to put him in jail,
and he's not wrong.
Yeah, he should. Yeah,
he should have stayed home. So Ross then brings Sam Wilson in and he asks him something. He goes, "I would like you."
Do the voice.
He's like, I would like you to reform the Avengers.
I like that. Like sometimes he sounds like he's a little confused about what he's going to say next, and it's always like that's been like that since he was younger in his 40s, by the way. It's like when he started acting.
But now he's much older.
Yeah, like in his 80s, he's just fucking going still. What the fuck?
But
like 78 years old or something like that now, or just keep going.
They could have been the president. What? So he and Sam's like, me? Like, I'm just a dude. Like, I'm not even like a super soldier dude. I'm just a dude. Like, and so he's got a lot to think about. Also, he feels, hey, maybe Thaddeus Ross doesn't have the Avengers in the world's best interest heart, more like an American Avengers.
Well, and what he brings up is like the Avengers were originally clandestine. They weren't like working for the president.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the president is the bad guy.
Yeah.
So like,
and Thaddeus has been known already to be
morally banned gray. The Avengers at one point.
Morally gray. Yeah, he was like, did you?
The way you've heard version of him banned the Avengers. Yeah. Okay. We also have a new character, Layla Taylor, played by this is Osha.
That's Osha. Yeah.
Who was great too, and I don't know like what else she's done. But
was she in Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
I don't know if she's supposed to be like an MCU character. I don't think she was, and that's why
I thought she was related to Sam Wilson or something because there was so much like familiarity between the two of them.
And they also like these guys are friends. And you're like, are they friends though?
They definitely pushed them as like these. No, she's not in Captain America.
And I liked that character, but
she was in Space Jam: A New Legacy. Maybe that's who you remember her from.
Yeah, that's where I remember.
The Space Jam: A New Legacy
with LeBron.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that was probably like the biggest like incongruity of the beginning of the movie was like, okay, we're supposed to like this character, and I at first I was like, are they gonna like make her like turn or something? Because they're making her like way too good, but no, she's just way too good. So
no, she's chewing up scenery. She's eating it up like Tim Blake Nelson did at the end. You know, like, So we really a lot of this movie is him dealing with the weight of being, which is. In the show, he did this too. He's dealing with the weight of being Captain America when they were looking for blonde-eyed, white baby face. He's not them. But so they go to this thing, and also this thing, they're like, hey, basically, we found adamantium. And
yeah, it's just a guy. It's an adamantium guy.
That's what that thing had in it.
He's an adamantium guy. He's over here.
And also Celestial got a bunch of adamantium, so
well, like he basically does like a soft reveal of it, like at the President Summit. But then like there's some shit going down. You like see a guy like who's like, oh, I'm being weird over here, and then you see another guy like, I'm looking.
And then you hear some weird ass music.
Looking in my coat or something. Yeah.
Then you hear some weird ass music, and then everybody like gets
called
Winter
Mr.
Soldier.
Mr. Blue, which I didn't write down.
It is Mr. Blue, and. Everybody starts doing. It's a popular song written by Dwayne Blackwell. I don't know why it's popular, but it was
the song I heard. I recognized it,
reaching number one in the Billboard's Hot 100 in 1959. So
sure.
Little fun fact.
Are they related to Fleetwood Mac?
Just the Fleetwood.
Is it like before Mac got there? Is it before Mac got there?
No.
Okay. Just putting out. I'm just wondering.
Also, this adamantium was Japanese. It was Japanese, and America's like, we both get it. Yeah, it's like that's the most American thing. Yeah, right there. Yeah. See, we help, so we both get it.
That goes to us as well. America.
Thanks, Japan. Little brother.
Get over there,
rub
little
your
brother.
Head, rub your head. Give me a nuggie.
Scrubby. Connor also he saw the name. He heard it was called Mr. Blue. He's like, this didn't sound like Mr. Blue at all. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, yeah, the Mr. Blue Sky. I'm like, that's the different stuff. I'm like, okay, Blue Sky.
Hey, I like that he was.
It's cute though. I liked it. He was bantering. It was fun.
I thought he was gonna go Blue's Clues. So to be honest, that was better. Reference.
I don't think he's ever watched Blue's Clues.
So yeah, several people, including Isaiah, mess this place up.
Oh wait, Isaiah's the first one. He like jumps up and just grabs a gun and starts fucking trying to shoot the president.
Yeah.
Which also like
there was like some kind of
Thaddeus dodged the bullet.
But also there's like some kind of weird like almost bulletproof glass.
Well, no. There was like a projection glass.
Yeah,
and it was just there to.
It was fine. Like, he shot it and then like you didn't hit him
because he fucking Matrix dodged. I'm like, okay. There's no way fucking old ass motherfuckers dodging that shit. But okay.
How did you missed him point blank, dude? That's a bad shot.
That's a bad shot.
Yeah. So this one we see Black Widow baby. Black Widow baby coming like.
And she's not a baby. She's just baby size.
She's baby. She's tiny. She's tiny little a pint-sized Black Widow.
Yeah. It's one of those things too where like, oh, she's like regular size, and then like every scene she's just like up to like everyone's like belly buttons and nipples and shit, and you're like, what? How small is this woman?
How did you really feel about it?
I did.
10 out of 10. Ruth Bat Saraf.
Loved it. Would do that.
So now he chases, and this was actually something that was different in the trailers, because in the trailers Sam Wilson was jumping out the windows, but it was actually Isaiah Bradley who jumps out the White House Oval Office window.
Yeah, that 5'2". She's only 5'2".
Everybody else looks like 7 feet tall next to that. But they're lifts. He jumps out the window. They eventually catch him.
Yeah, because he's just a guy.
Because at this point, too, like
he's still like
it doesn't last that long though. Too, it only lasts like.
Well, and he like they catch him. He's like, what am I doing?
He's like, oh shit. Yeah, I think even before that, he was like, oh shit, I have to get out of here now because now I don't.
I think that is. If I remember correctly, that happens. I don't think it happens in this run, but it does happen at some point in the comic where Isaiah Bradley is brainwashed into like going nuts, and they have to stop poor dude.
But so
yeah, and just like the expression on his face where he's like, "What the fuck? Like what happened?" And you're like, "Oh no, dude, oh I'm sorry."
So he gets arrested. Obviously, Thaddeus is pissed off because he's like, you invited this motherfucker here and he's trying to kill me.
Yeah, like ruined the conference too.
Yeah.
Like, it's supposed to be like they're going to cement peace and get this fucking adamantium.
Yeah, which he needed to win because he was a little shaky, you know. And Sam was like, sorry, like I didn't know this was gonna happen.
But he's also like something must have happened because there's no way he would have done
there's
this.
no way he would have done that.
And so they immediately. It's not like
no one
mystery here.
believes him really.
There's no
either.
mystery here though. Like they almost immediately find out that he was fucked with.
Yeah.
And that's I think Joaquin or somebody is like hacked the cameras or something and like here's him getting flashy.
Yeah, the flashy thing on the phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no one believes them.
Ruth does it a little bit.
She sort of
does.
Yeah, she's like kind of on the edge, but like Thaddeus is like, whatever, get out of here. Yeah. You're out of my sight type deal.
But he does this because he's Harrison Ford. He's the fingers. Fingers. Fingers.
Pointing. There's a pointing. Probably.
Pointing.
But so now they're like, well, we gotta do this on our own basically because he basically says you can't be Captain America anymore.
He's basically like he was also like, don't go anywhere near this. You will be arrested. Yeah, basically. Or you're done.
And they're like, okay,
like, bye, we're gonna go do this.
Yeah, immediately
they get like this really cool electric car, like electric SUV. I forgot like what kind, like
Riven probably. Riven.
It's great.
I think it was a Riven. Yeah.
There's
if I remember correctly.
like the front. There's no engine. This is electric.
Yeah.
And they have a little. That's what's keeping the shield. Like, ooh.
Yeah, it's nice. Like,
I like this.
This car's hot. It's a hot car.
I'm like, ooh, baby, I like it.
Hot car.
And it brings Joaquin with him, and you're like, okay, let's go. Let's go fucking buddy comedy.
Yeah,
let's buddy action. Let's go.
I think they knew that to kind of lift. Anthony Mackie's really good, but he's better playing off someone.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And so
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Look at that
exactly.
right there.
And so they're like, okay, we're on the track of Sidewinder, so they're going to go to...
And they've already taken Bucky off the board by being like, hey, I'm running for Congress and I can't go with you.
Which is, okay. Sure. So they go look for Sidewinder.
By the way, the Thunderbolts show up like right before this where he like flips a car and you're like, he should have just gone with him. Like, this could have been over real quick. I'm just putting it out there.
So I guess he stopped running.
The guy's a murder man.
Like a couple months later, he stops running for...
No, he's in the Senate. He's a senator in Thunderbolts.
Oh, whatever, man.
They just like kick him out or something. I don't know. Like,
so they are going to West Virginia to Camp Echo 1 because there's something there. That's all they know. There's something there that's gonna like uncover what's going on.
Yeah, they like trace something and it like leads to there.
I think Sidewinder's phone.
They trace the signal from the phone to there. Yes.
Yeah. So Ross is trying to salvage the tree, but also he keeps getting angry about shit.
Oh yeah, and also Sidewinder does show up and attacks him again, and like
he kicks his ass. Actually.
Yeah.
Because he like shoots it like directly.
And, this is gonna affect him in some way. It doesn't really though.
He immediately tries to murder him. Oh yeah, he's the ambush. I'm sorry. He ambushed. He captures Sidewinder at that point.
Yeah.
That's how they get him.
But that's how they get the phone and how they get there. So you're correct.
Yeah.
I was just putting.
So then Ross goes to the Japanese government. He's like, "Hey, got his hat in his hand type deal," and they're like, "Yeah, this email said that you like you were the ones who tried to steal this." And
like, which you're like,
poop. And you see him, Harrison Ford really good at looking like he just pooped his pants a little bit. Like
Harrison Ford's doing great in this, despite being like 150 years old. Like he's older than Isaiah Bradley actually is, the character, and he's doing great. Definitely better than he did in Indiana Jones, in my opinion. I love Indiana Jones where he's just like, I'm phoning this in.
Definitely better than he did in the Indiana Jones before the Dial of Destiny, which he was much younger.
And the search for more money.
Oof.
Sure agrees with me.
So Ross realizes that someone else is behind this at this time. He's like, someone knows too much. And he realizes that it is probably the dude that he is.
He literally told all his fucking secrets to.
He told everything to and made him who he was. And told him, then also promised him that he would free him.
And didn't!
Like, dude, you're an asshole. Hey, dude, like, maybe the villain isn't wrong, because you're an asshole.
And he's also like, this guy's predicted, like, everything I had to do. He's told me everything I need to do to rise to power, but I'm just going to leave him locked up, because, of course, he didn't predict that part and have any...
Because he looked real gross.
Get out of there.
He looked super gross, that's why.
Fuck, dude. Fuck.
He's a leader, right? That's what he's trying to...
He's the leader.
The leader, yeah, that's why, okay.
Samuel Stearns is the leader. This is his second...
They never call him the leader of the movie.
This is his second MCU appearance.
Yeah.
His first appearance being...
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk movie.
I was like, wow, 2 callbacks to the Incredible Hulk in this. What are
coming back home? Coming back home.
We got Liv Tyler in this movie, and we got Samuel Stearns.
And the real Liv Tyler. Everyone thought it was a fake Liv Tyler.
Oh, I was like, it's gonna be fake.
Jamie, here is your reminder. Abby and Connor, it is time to potty and brush teeth.
Alexa off. Yeah.
Alexa's joke.
Okay.
So the yeah, so they break into the raft basically. No, Echo One.
No,
Echo One.
Echo
Not
One.
on the raft yet. The raft happens later. And there it's like the creepiest prison with nobody in it except for this guy.
Well, basically, Thaddeus calls the warden. The warden's like, everything's all fine here, because he's like,
But there's nobody.
Yeah,
he's not fine.
Because he immediately gets haunted by Samuel Stearns, and he's really smart, so he's just like
So smart.
taking over and killed everyone. And
So I guess and this
Kinda
is shown in the
future
trailers
now.
too. Like he's more grandiose in like the original version of this, where like he actually goes out into a crowd of people wearing an Uncle Sam hat. And there's film with this in the
got a big
trailers.
weird head, yeah.
In this one he's very like secretive and behind the scenes, which makes sense as
Lots
he's
of
a
hoodies,
weird looking
lots of hoodie
motherfucker.
wear, yeah.
Yeah, and when he does go out, he's like very like hoodied up and
He's got like bubbles on his head. It's not great.
This is where his brains are. Little brains are
core
brains
pustules.
are popping
Yeah,
out.
I don't like it. It's gross.
Little brains are popping
Like
out.
ew.
And I guess the original version of him was more like the comics version, which is just a green dude with a giant head.
Yeah.
This is because they made a Funko Pop of him. And they have the Funko Pop is him with like his little hair on top and his big head.
That Funko is more fun than what he looked like. I got
No, he looked like garbage.
he looked like ugh.
But in a good way.
Look-
Like he looked like
he looked
I would
like-
beat that guy.
He looked like when you put water on a gremlin.
Yeah, but
like
he's
water on a gremlin.
He's so not intimidated by Captain America and Joaquin that he just comes out and is like, yeah, I'm just gonna go do this shit now.
Well, he has a plan. Like
yeah,
he just has
well,
a
that's the
plan.
thing. Like he knows exactly what
Yeah.
they're gonna do.
Yeah.
And so he's
Well,
just
he keeps like his whole thing is like there's a 74% chance you were gonna do this.
and he's like, oh, I didn't think there's only a 13% chance you're
Yeah.
gonna come here, and,
Yeah.
and now that you are, I thought you turned back, and when you heard about the death penalty, and you didn't. So this is the next contingency or something.
It's like, all right, sure, man.
I think the weakest part, unfortunately, is that character, Samuel Stern's character, where like they're
I think
like,
he was trying his hardest for what he had.
no, I mean the actor did great.
Yeah.
The character was the
Yeah.
bad thing.
Sure.
Because they're like, oh, he knows everything. You're never gonna catch him, and they do pretty easily. Like it's
Well,
this is already halfway through the movie when this happens.
counterpoint though. I don't
Yeah.
think his thing wasn't. He didn't care about being caught. He cared about his plot coming to fruition, which happened.
was vengeance
Which
and revenge against.
and which he
That
got
is-
exactly what he got. you
Kind
know?
of. I mean, kind of, right? Like,
Yeah.
because he also said, he also goes, I
He
want
was
to
the-
destroy Captain America, which
But
did
he
not.
was the president of the United States, and now he's in. At the end, he's in a not the president of the United States.
What if
We're
he
not there
was?
yet. We're not
Yeah,
there yet.
don't spoil it, man. What if
We're not
they
there
watch
yet.
it?
That's what I almost said.
We spoiled it.
This
This is a spoiler-laden cast. We'll put it in the thing. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, this is 100% spoiler. Just put spoilers in the beginning. Now he. So I guess
Man, I think I have a
the intelligence happened when he got Bruce Banner's blood in him that made his brain
Yes. So what happened was he
brain
caught Bruce Banner
during the
and this is me
abomination
remembering a
Rampage
movie
of
from
Harlem.
20 years ago.
This is an abomination fight.
Yeah. He got cut Bruce got cut somehow by Abomination, and the blood got on
You know
his
how it
open
is.
wound.
You know how it is.
And he's like, oh, the blood is radiated inside
And
my
every time the
brain."
Hulk gets cut, there's 20 people like that.
I mean, that's technically how She-Hulk got her powers.
That's
It was a
correct.
blood
That's
transfusion.
exactly how it happened.
Like,
Not
stop
even
giving-
transfusion. It's like,
hey,
two cuts touching.
either give everyone his blood or stop giving people's blood. Let's put it out there.
Nobody wants your Hulk herpes, okay? Come on.
Also, it'd be cool if people that got his blood instead just died of a horrible cancer.
Which is what would happen if you were radiated.
It's irradiated blood. It's gamma radiated.
Gamma is not good for your body, bro.
It's the worst.
It's not good.
Watch that show Chernobyl if you think there's
it's
anything
not
good
good.
about that. You think you're
It's
turning the
not.
Hulk? No, you will just melt.
So he's in prison. He gets out because they basically all these stormtrooper guys.
Yeah, because he's basically controlling every fucking guy in this prison, and so he's like,
with the Mr. Blue song.
well, and he's like, I will get, I'll get, you guys will beat these guys. I know you'll beat these guys, but I'll get away.
Yeah.
And this is like the good part of like the leader persona where you're like, okay, this is good character thing. Like he knows they're not going to lose to these guys.
Yeah.
It's a low percentage, you know. So
they'll give me enough time to run.
But I can get out of it. Yeah. And so and that's also why he sends like 50 dudes.
Also, Ruth ends up in the same place as them. So
yes, because she was going to get them. She
Yeah.
she wasn't even going to get the fucking like. He's just like, oh, Captain America's
But instead, team up.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, let's go. And Ruth is kicking some ass. She's doing the little Black Widow
Just
twirlies
looking
and
so
shit.
cute.
And this little
Tiny little
like
cute.
a little chihuahua biting your legs.
Like a little
Let's
spider
go.
monkey.
Let's go.
Just like
let's do this.
messing stuff up.
But still not really joining their side. She's just like, I'll let you go, but because first she's gonna like take them in.
She's less mad at them.
Well, she's like, I gotta take you in, and like, dude, you can't take us in.
Like, we're the ones that can actually do anything
And
about
I
this.
will literally kick both your asses, and they're like, yes, we get that, but also, look at this guy.
Hey, I need you to also remember that Dennis Dunphy's in this.
Dennis?
That really hot.
Dunphy.
Every time it came on the screen, Jen's like, that's hot. I'm like,
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
He's like
he's rugged. He's rugged.
he could do like Max
He's rugged.
Martin on the screen. He's like,
Look at the rugged.
yes.
He's mugging. He's mugging. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's gonna be in this forever.
That's what they call dumping. He's dumping it up.
Yeah, he's like,
he's definitely dumping it up in it.
it's like, is that Blue Steel, man? But then he's like, he has Sidewinder in custody right now, and they're like trying to keep him.
And you're like, what could possibly go wrong?
But then Sturge just kind of like shows up. There.
Well, and also like Sidewar's like, I will do it. I'll cradle shaft. I'll let the balls. You just gotta give me immunity, and like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that, homie. But you know, like maybe we'll like take some time off. He's like, okay, that's cool. But then Leader just shows up, and everyone just gets fucked.
He's like, and here you die. Bye bye.
Mm-hmm.
So now we also have this global conflict that is now brewing because Japan hates America. Because
and like the Japanese prime minister is like grown a sack basically, and it's like, hey, we're not, fuck you,
we're raising warships,
we're
getting our adamantium, and you can fuck off.
Yeah.
And America's like, we gotta get there first, so we can tell them to fuck off.
And somehow they get there at the same time, which if you look at like where this places are located, you're like
exact same time.
And it's not like, oh, we sent the carrier group in the Pacific. No, because the fucking president went to that. So did he like parachute from
Air Force One onto a?
You have to land
aircraft
Marine
carrier.
Force One first off because it's a helicopter. You can't land the fucking plane on a fucking aircraft carrier like a jet.
Sure
liner.
can. It'll catch it.
A jet liner, you can't do that.
Maybe Air Force
You
Two.
have to be like a Marine
Jet
one.
Force One.
It's just not happening. And they're like, yeah, we got there same time.
Maybe it's a Harrier jet.
But then, of course, you're like, oh, I wonder what's going to happen now. Could it be that these two red shirt guys in the planes are going to get controlled by the leader? Oh, yes. He like, went to an admiral's house somehow, and the admiral could get through to their headphones. And he was like, yeah, Mr. Blue,
Yeah, they played Brand New Key, I think.
And they're like, okay, we'll do whatever you want. Go, and they're like, go attack the Japanese fleet. And so like, okay, who can stop them though? And like,
two people with wings.
We have two planes that went wrong. These two guys can stop them.
Like, wasn't there maybe a third plane that could have helped? I don't know.
Or like you're like, oh, the leader's just doing it to get them away from there. But he wasn't. He's just like, okay, yeah, just get those. Oh, you got those guys. Okay, well, I don't have a secondary plan. Really, I just want to make him mad when you're gone because he wouldn't have got so mad if you were there.
Gets fucked up in this fight.
Yeah, well, he decides to like use his body to stop a missile for some reason. And I'm like, you're still a guy. Like, you're not wearing a vibranium suit. You're just wearing a suit.
Maybe this is where he gets Red Wing's vampire blood in his body.
I hope so.
Yeah.
This is what I was thinking. I was like, maybe they're gonna give him a birdie blood.
Like, we don't have a person that can get this blood transfusion.
We have this bird. So in the comics, I told him this. In the comics, Joaquin Torres is the Falcon. He takes it over and becomes like a sidekick to Captain America in that comic run. But he doesn't like just get a suit. Yeah. He becomes a Birdman because he gets a blood transfusion from Red Wing.
Does he get bird bones?
Instead of a robot like he is in the MCU.
Does his bones get hollowed out?
Who is a vampire?
Does he have hollow bones now?
I hope so. He's got it right. You can't fly without hollow bones.
Oh, you need hollow bones.
But he's also super tough still, so I guess this is fine, right?
It's dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, it is dumb.
Hey, comic book guys, You're dumb. What are you doing?
Like, hey, like someone's just like all appeal. You're like, oh god, what if you got a blood transfusion from the bird?
That's full coke.
From the bird. Like no.
What? No. That doesn't. That's
And then there was like, you know what? That's genius. And like, everyone's
so
like,
stupid.
wait, what?
It's so dumb and it could work. No, it's just dumb.
It's just dumb.
It
It is just dumb.
It worked though, I guess. Somebody liked it.
Yeah.
So now we're at this. Everybody's there.
Oh, he also gets big birdie eyes, like these really big birdie eyes too, like his actual eyes.
I don't want to see that because I hate that.
They're gross.
So also Ross confides in Sam Wilson. He's like, I am dying of heart failure. Because
He's like, I was supposed to die.
He has the
like,
pills, and he's
yeah.
like, these pills are saving my life, basically.
I'm like, oh, let's analyze the pills and see what's in them.
Samuel Stearns makes the pills.
Yeah.
That's why I'm still alive, because he
But
made
also,
the pills
like,
for me.
the first thing you do is have them analyze the fucking pills, right? Like,
Right? I feel like that would be it.
Right. Especially when it's from the sketchy guy that is like giving you everything, right?
Yep.
Like maybe just have him look at pills.
Yep.
No. It wasn't what he did first. It's what he did last. But luckily, Dunphy's, Sexy Dunphy, knows a guy. Who, by the way, originally the guy he was supposed to know was supposed to be the totally awesome Hulk Amadeus Cho.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been like how they get
But
that
they didn't want to
character.
introduce Amadeus?
Yeah.
Amadeus?
Yeah, so that's why, like, oh, they gave him the pills and he analyzed and then used them on himself, basically.
How does he turn into the Hulk? It's not anger, is it?
Look at you. Do you remember? Do you remember what his trigger is? Because every Hulk has their own trigger.
His trigger is fear?
No, that's actually the She-Hulks.
Oh.
In the comics, by the way. Pride. He's
Pride.
proud of himself. And that's
So
what-
proud.
I'm so proud. We're in the Hulk now.
See, anxiety, that would be my trigger. That's my trigger.
I feel so fat now, though.
Actually, if it was, I'd be the Hulk 80% of the time.
Like, I'm at the job interview. I'm at the job interview. Can I get the job?
I only turn to the Hulk when I'm tired. That'd be the worst.
Mine's the Hulk. I'm the horny Hulk. I'm the horny Hulk. Oh god! I just saw Ruth Bastrand. What?
Yeah, you keep pulling it up. Are you trying to turn to the
Look
Hulk right now?
Look. I'm being good.
So this is where we get the Bucky scene where he's like, hey bud, you're gonna be fine. It's okay. And then also where Stern. Right
Yeah, I know, and that's basically what that scene is. Yeah. It is fucking hilarious. It's like, yeah, you got this. Yeah,
Yeah.
see you later.
There's nothing else he added.
I'm a senator guy.
Like he's like, hey, I'm in a contract, and they told me
This
I have to be here.
motherfucker also does not have a casual arm. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine going on the road with a fucking Wakandan, like, just dark metal arm, and you're like, God, campaigning and kissing
You think
babies.
he wear like a glove or something?
Yeah, it's intimidating. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm putting out there.
He's probably still gets voted for though. So this is where
he does because he's in the movie.
So Dumpy discovered, hey, these pills got radioactive in them. They got gamma in the pills. I gotta go. I gotta tell Sam right now. Oops, all murdered.
Dead. He's not gonna be in the sequel. Did Jen cry when that happened?
She did. She's like, no,
not my lover.
It was so hot. He's dead.
But I do see resemblances though. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that maybe she's just like
she likes a devil may care.
The rugged rugged type.
Yeah, she likes devil may care. Yeah. We know.
I guess we know his Halloween costume.
Sam doesn't know. Yeah, I'm Dick Dumpy. Dennis Dumpy, even worse than now. Somehow worse.
Dick Dumpy's gonna be a character in the future.
Can we just name we'll name the podcast Dick Dumpy. So Sam still doesn't know, and neither does the president because nobody could get a hold of him because he died before that. So
he's dead. Not the president.
So Stearns is like, they arrest him. He's like, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's like this is literally everything's gonna happen.
Everything is going to
off.
plan exactly like I want it to. So
yeah, and I think they should have played that more. Like he's like, everything's in order and there's no way you can stop it, kind of thing. But they didn't. Like, they just like, oh well, it's in motion. That's it. I'm casual about it. Like I think they should have played up, and like they did have a version of this character again that was a little more out there. Like he's a little more like showy. And I think I think they should have done. They should have done a little more with that. I think because it really made his presence
muted.
muted. Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
And I think they could have used more of him just leaning into the bad guy role.
Well,
he does. I am a villain.
He does give a little bad guy action when
you know what I'm saying?
Thaddeus doing his press conference. All of a sudden, you hear the phone call that he had earlier with him, where he's like, "Yeah,
they get which again, guys,
and this is what makes him." This,
like he's an
this
IT
reason
wizard.
Everybody starts kind of booing him, and he's getting like angry, and he's like getting more angry, and he's turning red. And you kind of saw before that, like he was getting like
love
red.
to show his calf get bigger. They did it like several times.
Well,
like,
that's
look,
because
his calf's
the
a
rest,
little bigger.
The rest of his body looks weird. So they're trying to like help out.
Like, but not his calf.
Actually, Jen loves Harrison Ford as well. So that I was like, wait till he's swole. And also radioactive. Everything he touches is burned with radiation. But that's the Red Hulk's thing, guys. And the more mad he gets, the more radiation he gets. Which means if you were fighting him, you would probably be fucking dead. Like either way.
He can like burn people to a crisp.
Like Sam Wilson has nothing to save him.
Like in the comics, there's ways that the Red Hulk is technically more powerful than the Hulk in situations.
Definitely, because he can irradiate you. Like
I mean, but the Hulk's power is like literally has no upper limit. So, it takes him a little longer to get there. That's all.
Fun fact. So now he's there. Oh, he turned to the Red Hulk, which they shouldn't have shown us in the trailer because it looked cool. But it would have been cooler if it was like that was the first reveal.
Again, because merchandising.
So immediately the Secret Service just starts shooting at this guy. Like,
which also
he's the president.
But also, we know there's a Hulk.
Yeah.
Right? And that guy you can't shoot.
Yeah, we know the Hulk, you don't do shit with a bullet.
So,
but also, he's the president of the United States. Like, maybe just step back.
I also love, like, the first shot. Like, if I was the first guy shooting, I was like, oh, that bullet just didn't do anything.
Run. I don't run now.
The whole clip. Like, no.
Shit my pants and I'll run.
Wherever the heck is he exiting, which I know where that is.
I will run with a big old dump in my pants.
Like, if I'm noble, I'll take a person with me.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
but also, either way, I'm gonna have just the biggest shit.
And maybe the shit will like soak up the radiation. Who knows? Like that he's just pushing off of him.
Yeah, like literally, when
cancer.
He turns into it, he touches the ground. You see the ground burn around his fingers.
Everybody's cancer. It's like the fucking elephant's foot.
That's not like fire. That's like
it's like the elephant's foot Chernobyl.
He is the elephant's foot now, motherfucker. Did you hear that it got hit with a missile the other day too? By the way, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Russians. Fucking idiots.
Dudes, come on, man. Come on, dude. Like,
also,
you know what it is.
The dumbest part of that is like that. If for a chance that radiation gets out, it just goes back into Russia. You dumb fucks. Like, okay, Jesus Christ.
Okay, so we're almost done. So we hadn't really talked about this, but one of the things like to calm myself, I like to take a walk with Betty in the
cherry blossoms.
In the cherry blossoms,
and maybe we can go do that.
So they're Hulk fighting human dude with wings versus
Hulk.
He
basically like taunts him to the cherry blossoms. He's like, I can talk him down.
Well, he tried to talk him down first, and he's like, "Fuck you," basically, because he's the Hulk. Which what happens when you're Hulk? You get angry.
He's hulking out.
So
then Hulk gets
they get a fight, which somehow he does not get immediately murked in.
They do like break him down a little bit. They get his wings ripped off and shit like that, and like
it's vibranium, really? Like he can. I don't.
Yeah,
vibranium's so
it's
fucking
vibranium
weird.
weave, man. That's why.
Okay,
it's not full version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like Black Panther suit can get damaged because it's only a weave. You know, there's parts that aren't vibranium.
Sure, he got stabbed with hers on. So then at the end, like they're in, he's like, "Look, the blossoms all around us, man." He's like,
"That's a great Sam Wilson impression."
He's like, I'm not gonna hope. Then
you like my movies, Juice? That's a good one.
Samuel Jackson was
yeah, he's one.
He's like, too loud, too ghetto. So. Yeah, then he like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna turn back into an old dude.
What if I'm a watcher? That's right. It's me. Yeah.
So
Jeffrey Wright.
Then they give him a little call. It's like, hey, daughter, loves you or something.
Yeah. Like, look at the phone.
Yeah,
it's like Coco Melon on there.
Like,
look at the phone.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
You can't get mad when Coco Melon's on the screen.
So then he ends up going to the raft because he resigns, which. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, I think you would have
probably
to.
Probably a good call.
Imagine if he didn't. That'd be great if he's just like, I'm still the president that can also turn into the Hulk.
Like, sure. But then he ends up in the raft, and Sam and Betty come to visit him.
Oh.
But what's the last scene, Mike?
Did you stay for the after credit scene?
I did.
Good. Me and Connor too. Connor was.
Why would you leave?
I'm trying to teach Connor. I'm trying to teach Connor the right
Anyone
way
who's
to do it.
leaving your Marvel film has never watched.
So many
a Marvel
people left
film.
with him. I
It's
was
so
like,
fucking
what are you
weird.
doing?
Like, what are you doing?
Like, you know what's gonna happen. Like one guy, one guy back when there was like, I don't think this is happening, and left. And I was like, no, dude, it always happens.
No, it
after the
always
door
happens.
features.
What are you talking
You
about?
know, it's after all the credits. It's all gone.
Um,
Also, like, give me some more
Then
instrument
you'll-
music. Like they're playing like
Music was not great.
like at the end thing. Give me like a cool
music
rap
was
song or
kinda
something.
boring.
Like there's nothing going on. I was like, what the heck's going on?
a cool raps.
It's a cool rap song or something. Give me like something like I can bop to a little bit.
A little bop. Okay. But then we had them. Samuel Stern is now talking to Sam Wilson. He's like, "There's stuff coming, it's like Secret World or
The
something."
multiversal. Like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay, so like Secret Wars.
It's like, you know, when other worlds are gonna attack us or something.
I'm doing a Greg accent right there. Oh, you like Secret
Yeah,
Wars?
the Secret
Oh,
World, yeah.
Well, Secret Wars, yeah.
Secret War or something.
Yeah. Which is the next movie? So
Also, it's like
or is it Doom? Is Doomsday the next one? I can't remember.
Sheer Haas hopefully will be the next one though. Guys, this movie is good though.
Guys, you know what? Yeah, what you think of this movie?
I thought it was really good.
I think it's 1 to 5. What'd you give it?
I would give it a 4.
I give it like a high 3,
3.5. I give it like a 3.5, 4. Yeah, I was just like 3.5 really feels.
Because
It wasn't the best movie of all time. There's
was
definitely
fun,
pieces
though.
that were a little ham-handed, but the action was really good.
I saw it with my son,
Most of the action was good,
and we had a great time.
and it was like it's. I think what
He was
hyped it,
changing his life.
what
No.
hyped it up for me was that the ratings were so bad. I was like, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why these ratings were so bad. Like, okay, I get what some nitpicks might be for it, but I don't think that broke the movie at all.
No.
So I thought it was good, guys. I'd watch it.
I think a lot of people. I love that a lot of people were like complaining that it was like Captain America: and the Winter Soldier. I'm like, yeah, he's a guy. He's just a guy, and he's just a little guy.
The world sucks, and the president sucks,
and his sidekick is just
and
a
the
little
president
guy.
sucks.
Yeah. Like, just have fun, guys. Love each other, okay? Because we
And
love you.
Don't suck.
Don't stop sucking.
Stay classy though.
Stay thankful.